Let's review our learning target and our success criteria. Currently, you are learning how to add or subtract rational numbers. You should successfully be able to define the categories of the number system and what a rational number looks like. We are currently working with solving integer problems in real-world situations involving a number line and solving integer expressions with 2 or more terms. We will, as the week progresses and into next week, get into more of our success criteria. At this time, please turn to page 19 in your packets. You should now be on the page, or on the slide, that says integer word problems. The directions here ask you to read through each problem and underline or highlight the key math terms. Let's start and do a few together. Please pick up your pencil and underline with me. You start at positive 3. You then take 4 steps backwards and 5 steps forward. What is your ending position as an integer? At this point, let's take the 3 pieces that we highlighted and create a mathematical expression out of it. This would be written as positive 3 minus 4 plus 5. We go back and double check what's highlighted with what I just wrote. Positive 3 indicates positive 3. 4 steps backwards indicates a negative 4. And 5 steps forward indicates a positive 5. At this point, you know how to add and subtract positive and negative integers. Feel free to use the number line to assist you if needed. This tells us we need to start at 3 and go left 4 units. When doing so, we should end up at negative 1. We are now left with negative 1 plus 5, which says start at negative 1 and go right 5 units. Our final ending location should be at 4. Let's try another one together. You start at positive 7. You take 6 steps backwards and 2 steps forwards. This would be written as the integer expression of positive 7 minus 6 plus 2. Again, our reasoning is it told us to start at positive 7. 6 steps backwards would indicate a negative direction, and 2 steps forward would indicate our positive direction. Again, you feel free to utilize your number line to now answer this mathematical expression. 7 minus 6, I'm starting at 7, going left 6 units, and I end up at 1 on the number line. 1 plus 2, starting at 1, going right 2 units, and I end up at 3 on our number line. At this point, if you feel you need to pause the video and rewind anything and rewatch, please do. If you are ready to move forward onto the next page in your notes, I ask that you pause the video here and complete page 20, at least the top slide of page 20 in your notes. Once you are done completing that, you may resume this video, hit play, and check your work with mine. So please pause the video now. Welcome back. If you're now listening, you have completed this slide in your notes and you're ready to check your answers. For our first example, I have 5 minus 2 plus 4, which then is equivalent to 3 plus 4, which is also equivalent to the integer 7. If you did not get what I got here, please pause at this point and double check and reread this problem and match it up with the numbers I have written. If you did get this, you're ready to go on and check the next example. For our second example here, you should have 0 minus 5 plus 8 for your first integer expression. And then your equivalent integer expression would be negative 5 plus 8 which gives you a final integer at 3. Again, if you did not get any of these numbers that I just listed here, please press pause, double check, read the problem, and correct your work at this time. If you did get this correct, let's move on to our next example. You should have -4 minus 3 plus 7, and then your equivalent expression would be -7 plus 7, which is also equivalent to 0. If you did not get this or any of these expressions, please press pause now, double check your work, and correct it. If you did get this correct, you're ready to move on and check the next example. Your integer expression should be written as 1 minus 7 plus 9, which is also equivalent to -6 plus 9, and -6 plus 9 is equivalent to the integer 3. Again, please at this point pause the video and make any necessary corrections needed. If you feel comfortable and all of these are accurate, please go on to the extra practice slide at the bottom of page 20, which looks like this. Pause here and complete this on your own. Once this is completed, I'm going to ask that you complete self-check 3, which is on the top of the next page, page 21 in your notes, on your Google document on Google Classroom. Please make sure to show all work on your Google document. Do not forget to type in your learning target. Do not forget to rate yourself. Also, make sure you're listing your next steps in learning. Go back to self-check 2's self-check and check to see if you listed your next steps from the previous one. If you did not, please fill that in. When you are completed with self-check 3 and going back and checking your work from self-check 2, you can then work on the practice homework problems, which are located on pages 21 and the top of 22 in your packet. Again, before you leave today, self-check 3 should be completed on your Google Doc. If you are making corrections to self-check 2, please make sure to do them in a new color ink so they stand out to me. Thank you and have a good rest of the day.